Hi guys, thank you for joining me with another episode of Still Growing. I actually have breaking news. It seems that our beloved Sweet Juicy Mama and Sweet Daddy, aka Rick and Cynthia, has been attacked in Gambia. Now, they just put up a video a moment ago hating someone attacked them yesterday. It was just yesterday that I was watching them. They were out and about and, shopping as they do. And then they went to another store and this incident happened. So not an individual who was born in Gambia but was born elsewhere and moved to Gambia and has his citizenship felt that it was his responsibility to police them and tell them that they needed to put on their mask. One thing led to another, and this is what happened.
He lined straight to me and said, "Put your face mask on, cover your mouth."
Yes, it was around his
It was
neck.
around my neck, you know what I'm saying? Like it normally is, and sometimes I forget to pull it up. So he brought it to my attention. Put that mask on. I said, okay, no problem. So I continued on my conversation with the guy who was a subscriber, because the other guy didn't know us from. I felt he knew who we were.
Yes,
But anyway, he
had to.
just bombarded himself into the conversation and said, "Put that mask on." So I said, "Okay, you're an older person than I am. Okay, no problem." So I started talking to the person. He says, "Do it now."
Yes.
Now my mama didn't raise no punk. You know what I'm saying? She might have raised a chump, but she didn't raise no punk. And so I said, "Who are you?" You know what I'm saying? You didn't identify yourself. You wasn't polite. You just came straight in and said, "Put that on now." And so I said, "Who are you?" And he said, "You're up in my face." Then I said, "Get the F off." And so anyway, he kept identifying us as American. You American.
So he said, look, he did his hands just like this guy. The Americans are here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
That's what he kept saying.
Mm-hmm. And so when he was saying American, I saw what he was doing. So I resorted to humor. When he said American, I turned around, where are they? Where? And so everybody was laughing at the guy. Mm-hmm. And as they laughed, he became more furious. So he
was angry.
Yeah, so he goes to the, he gets more and more furious. So he goes to the shopkeeper and says, "Hey, I have a problem with this guy. He just offended me." Now, he didn't say nothing about all the other people who don't have their face masks on.
There's about 10, maybe 20 people in there without a mask,
Right.
Period.
Right.
They didn't have a mask. Even the shopkeeper
didn't have it, but this DMP, devilish Mobutu message, poltergeist, made a beeline straight toward me.
Mm-hmm.
So
or whatever. When I say put on your mask, you put on your mask.
Exactly.
We're like, who are you? So as we getting ready to load up, put him on our truck. We thought the guy had went on home.
Thought he went away.
We didn't see him no more. He pulled right in front of us. If Rick had left his hip out, he would knock Rick hip off with his car. He almost hit him with his car, guys.
Yep. This DMP almost tried to hit both of us.
Yes.
And when I saw that, I said, "Gambits, did y'all see this?" They said, "Yeah, what's wrong with it?" I said, "D's a DMP." Now, actually, I didn't say he was a DMP. You know what I'm saying? I came up with that a lot later. But actually, I said, "Did y'all see this?" They said, "Yeah, what's wrong with this guy?"
Yes.
Now, this is the crazy part. He looked like us.
Yes,
He
guys.
looked like us. So this devil, again, he looked like us. And so I said, "I'm going to get the police. You just tried to hit me and Sweet Juicy Mama." So as I ran to Carabao Avenue looking for the police, I don't see the police.
And I'm still standing here by the car. Mind you, he's still parked right in front of me. So I'm leaning back so he can't hit me with the car. But he opened his door and he pushes it up. He hits my arm with the door. And I push the door. I slams it back on him. He's still in the car though. And I was like, "Dude, you're crazy. What is wrong with you?" So he gets out of his car. Next thing I know, he's grabbing for my neck. He scratched me right here, guys. He tried to rip my dress off.
Pedophile.
As he tries to rip my dress off, I'm pulling from this guy, but I'm trying to take a picture of his license plate at the same time. Mm-hmm. He slaps my phone on the ground. It didn't break, guys. But actually, oh my God, I couldn't believe this was happening. Once Rick saw him pulling at my dress, I pulling away from this guy. Rick, all I see is Rick come across and hits him in the face. Pow! The guy went flying on the ground. That's all I see. And next thing I know, Rick falls because he trips. He falls, and I'm looking like, oh my gosh. But the guy that works with him tries to go and stop Rick from going after this guy. Me, myself, I'm like, you're not about to hold my husband so this man can hit him. So I grab the guy's arm, but he jets away from me, and he gets over there, but he didn't get over enough of time because Rick is on top of him. I'm pulling the guy back, but Rick, he comes in, and then they're still fighting on the ground.
Right.
So people, we know that there is a huge amount of people from the diaspora who's moving back to Gambia, and they're moving to Gambia to build the country, and Rick and Cynthia is part of that group. They've been in the Gambia now for 4 years with 4 of their 7 children, and they've been working the land, providing employment for the people that are there, and they have great aspirations, not just for everybody, but great aspiration for black people. And like they always say, black man, black woman, black children. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who don't like that. And usually you would think it's the people, the oppressors. Usually you would think it's the colonizers who would be fighting against that. But the fact of the matter is that they have taught us and trained us so well that they don't even have to fight us anymore. They don't even have to come up against us to prevent us from growing, because our own people will do it. Because this gentleman is one of our own people, you know, who felt that whatever it is that they're doing in Gambia, how they're growing and providing for the community and encouraging other black people to move back to Gambia and to not only go to Gambia to build themselves, but to benefit the country and take this opportunity to move away from all the racism and hate and police brutality, everything that's going on in all of the diaspora, because it's not just in the USA that black people are being held back from fully develop their potential. So if you are one of those people that have been watching their channel for a while, and I certainly am one of them. A matter of fact, I've been wanting to do a video on them for quite a while, because I absolutely love them, and I think that it's phenomenal what they're doing for the country and for the diaspora in teaching us that we don't have to fall into this mind game that we've been under. We can actually move back to Africa, build the country, and benefit everyone else and benefit ourselves, and start working on the legacy of Marcus Garvey. Because Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, has said from the beginning that, you know, in order for us to strive, we cannot do so under the oppressor. We cannot expect to be in another man's land and expect that they are going to turn the other cheek and allow you to advance. In order to do so, we have the opportunity to go back to Africa and build the country, and have a chance to get away from the hate and the racism and all of that, to just be able to breathe.
And he kept with this incessant, those Americans are over here,
Yes.
disrespecting the police, disrespecting the Gambians, thinking they're running everything. Guys, for those of us that are from the diaspora over here on the continent, you're going to hear that a lot
Yes.
from these DMPs, these devilish, Mobutu, poltergeist individuals, and they got the same skin as us.
Yes.
That is the common theme that they're going to keep running and running and running. We're coming over here and we're disrupting.
But it seems this gentleman didn't like the fact that they're out there speaking about changes that needs to occur in a Gambia, that speaking about providing opportunities for the locals. Sweet Juicy Mama and Sweet Juicy Daddy talk about, you know, we need to do for ourselves and we need to support each other. And this is not something new. The things that they talk about is not something new. However, it's been put into practice. You know, they're out there on their land working day in and day out. They're out there in the mud and the tall grass and the snakes and the rain and you know, all of it that it takes when you're starting from nothing, when you're starting from scratch, to plow your land and build your land and grow. And they're doing it all, and they're not young people. They're people that's moving up in age, but they're out there doing it. It's a great inspiration for everyone that's watching, and so I absolutely love them. As I said, I've been watching them now for like about 8 months. It's really sad though that you can't count on your own people to support you, but that's just the way that it is. You know, a lot of us have been a lot of us continue to hold on to the colonial mindset, meaning those people who have been given a little bit, those people who have been allowed to prosper. They don't look at the rest of the people and realize that if you are allowed to prosper and you alone, eventually our race will die out. You know, because apparently this man worked for or used to work for the diplomatic agency. Now, so that would indicate to me that he has, you know, he was making good money and he's living well. So because of that, then a lot of people who are usually in that situation, a lot of black people that is, that are in that situation who has prospered, they don't look back and they don't look around them. They only concentrate on the fact that they have prospered and not the fact that all these infrastructure needs to be fixed. That them prospering alone is not going to keep the black race alive. You know, when you look at all other race, you look at the white race, they don't have to know each other or even like each other to support each other. You know, when it comes to hiring someone, they're going to choose their own. When it comes to Chinese, it's the same thing. Anyone that has ever gone into a Chinese store know that they hire their own, they support their own. The Indians, the same thing. The Jews, the same thing. All of these groups, they support each other. And when you get to know them on a personal level, you realize that some of them, they don't really even care for each other. But they support each other because they understand the bigger concept. They understand that in order for my lineage to continue, I need to work with my own, because it's not just about me. My grandkids have to get work, and his, you know, kids have to be able to prosper too. So that's why they work together, because they're looking beyond themselves. But you'll find us as black people, when we prosper, we don't want anyone else to prosper. You know, the whole crab in the bucket mentality that we have. Anyways, I don't want to make this a lecture. I just wanted to let you all know that, you know, they've been attacked in Gambia by this psycho person who feel it's their responsibility to keep people down, but not to support them. Because I'm sure there's a lot of black people who are being treated bad in a Gambia by the other races that are there, but they don't talk about that. They just want to attack other black people who are trying to progress. I send my love to Sweet Juicy Mama and Sweet Juicy Daddy. Keep pushing forward and know that us here in the diaspora are behind you. We support you and we think of you as a great inspiration. Peace and love. Bye.